Hello, welcome to my channel. I've been posting a while because I didn't really think it was really necessary. I didn't put any changes to my Abyss Actor deck list, but I have been playtesting since all the new cards have been legal. I've been playtesting it a little bit before that, but tiers are rotating out of the meta. So your in deck hand traps are going to change, and the hand traps I was running before, I was still running like DD Crows and things like that. I was before like everyone was playing the Bishios in their main decks and things like that. So I wanted to kind of just go over the deck list real quick and a new combo that I have in it. The deck list hasn't changed that much. The only thing that I did was I bumped down a dramatic story and I took an Abyss Tainment. I sometimes do miss a second Abyss Tainment because there's a lot of old Abyss Actor combos that you can do with Abyss Tainment. But in this new version, you really want to streamline and you don't want to draw too many dead cards. Like you can get away with drawing a Briar's Abyss King because it's fine going second. This is a combo starter. This is a combo starter. You really don't want two dramatic stories in your hand. And then the heal is whatever if you draw in your hand. So you really don't want to draw these three cards in the deck. I feel like just having the extra tainment and the extra dramatic story made it more bricky than it should have been. Especially since our new combo is to draw 5 on the opponent's turn and draw into our hand traps. I really kind of didn't like how many times I would draw into a script. So on turn 1, I mainly mill most of all the scripts out of my deck, so I don't have as many cards in my deck to draw, and it leaves open more hand traps to be drawn in that when Playhouse pops opening ceremony. I used to run 7 or 8 Bestials in the main. I changed it up a bit. I just run 1-1-1-1 because this is just good versus Despia. I upped the Ash because Ash is good versus Despia as well. I kind of like one of each because they all do something different. Magnemite is really nice for just searching the other ones. Druid Swarm, you could pop it with your producer to get the effect off, so it's pretty nice. And then Baldrake, his effect is pretty good because all your people, you're in a lighter dark deck, so even if you just get him and you banish your own Hyper Director and summon him, he's good versus Kashtira anyway, because if you're going first, at least. You get him on the field, and you can banish your XC summon, which is really helpful. I run 3 Nibs because Nib is really good versus Kashtira. They do have to do 5 summons if they want to do the whole shebang and get the Arise Art on the field. If they don't get the Arise Art on the field, then it's not even that big of a problem because Abyss Actors are good versus it, but if they choose to go for the Arise Art, you can totally nib them. I have 2 Moonlight Chills and 2 Veilers. These, I want them to be imperms, right? But the whole point of going first with the hand traps is drawing the hand traps that work. I kind of like chills. I was having chills for tiers because when tiers are going first in your turn, I didn't want to have like Veilers in my hand. You can chill them. I'm unsure about this lineup. I would feel like if you want to put this to 3 Veilers and then take this out or change this, that's fine. I actually do like chills. I don't mind them. I think they're very versatile, just being able to do it on your own turn when your opponent summons something off of like the Kashtira XE card or whatever, so you may use them. Also, chills are very easy to pendulum summon out if you have like a 2 in your scale. You can even pen out any hand trap if you have Mellow in your scale, but just having it be a 3-star makes it if Wild Hope or Sassy Rookie are in your scale, you can still pen it out. The thing that I changed about this deck was I took out the Leading Lady because she really didn't do anything, and I put in Trendy Understudy. Some of you might not even know what he does, and also it doesn't matter because he does suck and he's terrible. His pendulum effect, when you pendulum summon, you could add one level 1 or 8 monster. We don't run the level 8 monster, so you can add the extras back to your hand just for safety in case your opponent kind of destroys your board. You can Trendy Understudy to get back an extras. That way you can put him on your other scale and special summon him. So you can kind of continue your combo. That might happen once in a while, but not really. And then his other effect is if you have 2 monsters in your Pendulum Zone, you can tribute him and special summon level 1 or level 8. We don't run the level 8, which is kind of whatever for that. But we do run the level 1, so that means he can just turn into an extra so that you can use extra's effect to have another scale change. It's fine. But we don't use it for any of that. The only good part about him is he's a level 2. So in the combo I'm going to show you in a minute, what you do is you'll summon him off of Madonna, and then with Trendy Understudy and Beyond the Pendulum, you can go into Gigantic Sprite. And then when you have Gigantic Sprite, Ibli is really crazy right now, so you can summon Ibli, and then on your opponent's turn, you pop Ibli so that you special summon Ibli in defense on your opponent's field. Even if this is destroys cash, you can also just have it in a way so Ibli's already set up on their field if you know it's cash. They have to have no monsters on their board to special summon their guys. So if Ibli's on their field, it makes it so they can't. Even if they have they have the Linger Rebo, they have to go to battle phase and they have to swing Ibli into your creature in order to kill Ibli. Super Producer can just pop himself. So you can just have Super Producer to kill himself, so then all of your people are in defense, so it doesn't even matter about that. So Ibli is really crazy versus them, and the only thing I changed in the deck is I shoved in Ibli. I changed this for the Leading Lady, and then I put in the Gigantic Sprite. Let's run through the combo real fast. So here's like a normal hand. Let's fast forward. Use that to search Wild Hope and Dramatic Story. Of course, variants depending on hand, but for the most part, all the combos will be very similar. I'll be putting out a tricks and tips guide for Abyss actors, so there's little things that if you didn't know are really helpful, like Sassy Rookie can't be destroyed by card effect, so if you normal summon Sassy Rookie and Dramatic Story him, he doesn't get destroyed, and then you can special summon another card from your deck, and then you Sassy Rookie and the card you summon off of Dramatic Story to go into Beyond. So even if you just had Sassy Rookie as a normal summon, because you don't have Curtain Raiser, you can go Sassy Rookie Story, and you can still have two people on the field to go Beyond. That's just something that a lot of people don't ever do, but that is something that if you're playing the deck, you need to know because it comes up a lot. But I'm just going to show you, you know, Dramatic Story, the Wild Hope, special that. A Wild Hope will search the Madonna, then you'll mill the script to get that to your hand. You'll set the script, Opening Ceremony, go to into Beyond, search your 8 scale, and then pen summon. Right here, it doesn't even matter what you do at this point. Depending on how many cards you pen summon, there are different specific combos you can go for. Sometimes you can go for the IP if you get all 5 like this. If you only get 3 or 2 or 4, there's like different boards you can make depending on the number of Abyss actors that are pen summoned in this situation right here. Sometimes you can only go for the normal Abyss actor combo where you set up the theater and it's the draw combo into the hand traps. Sometimes you can get extra threats up. You have the IP here that goes into the Goddess or the Unicorn. You also have IP. I mean, for the Appaloosa, if you have like a Babushka on the field, you can go Babushka and then you can IP into a Goddess, I mean Appaloosa, and then they really can't attack over the Appaloosa because everything's in defense. You can set up a Machina. This is pretty good versus Cash. This is also pretty good versus Flunder. I was thinking of changing this out, but this is your Zeus line. You can change a lot of stuff in this extra deck. It's just personal preference and locals preference, so it just kind of depends on what you want. And then back to the combo, you'll just tribute the Abyss actor, get that, and then you'll summon the Trendy Understudy from the deck. And then, depending on what you have, you can do different stuff. But then Trendy Understudy and Beyond into that, you'll go into the Producer, because Producer's a level 2, so even though Gigantic locks you into 2s, it's whatever. It's your opponent's turn. You'll use Producer to pop Ibli. Ibli will summon, but then Ibli will go to the grave, but then you'll get Fantastic Theater. Then Ibli will attempt to summon. If they have a Abyss Shield, they have to have 2, because Fantastic Theater will protect that Ibli when it's trying to be summoned. Changing that a Ghost Spell or changing that effect into pop the script. So then they get the Ibli, they attempt to normal summon something, and then you can do a couple of things. You can Goddess, and you can Goddess whatever they normal summon away, or you can Unicorn, and you can Unicorn that away. If you want to have the Ibli on their field to preemptively already have it on them so they can't summon a Cash right off the bat, you can do the IP thing. You can have Producer set up so he can pop himself. That way they have no people on their field, but then that leads them to the out where they can normal summon and go for a 2-link. So even if they're forced to waste their battle phase, I think it's fine as long as you have interruption. So even if you go back and you have like the Producer IP and they go and they crash the Ibli and they go into the main phase 2, you still have the Producer IP